Welcome to episode 245 of the Irresistible You podcast. Listen, I have a huge announcement to make today. I am super excited to be telling you about this. This is probably one of the biggest enhancements that I have made to my program in a very long time. And I know I've been hinting at it. I've been saying things here and there over the last couple of episodes, but the time has come for the hints to be over. It has arrived. It is here. And that is the new VIP private podcast. So in my online course, nothing has changed in the course. The course is still the course. You're still getting the videos, the workbooks, the worksheets, all of the things that come with the online course. But I am now offering another way to consume the course, and that is with a private podcast. So you are able to listen to the course on the go when you're sitting at your kids' cheerleading practice, when you are sitting in traffic, when you are washing the dishes, when you are walking the dog, when you are out and about in your car trying to take some time for yourself. You can turn on the private podcast and you can take the course. This is such a big deal. It is so exciting. And for all of my listeners who are already students of Irresistible You, I want to let you know that you are already included in this. You do not have to sign up for anything additional. Just for being a student of Irresistible You, whether you are a group coaching client or whether you are part of the Irresistible You online self-study course, you are getting access to the private podcast. All of the information is going to be inside of your course portal. There's a new lesson that's been added into Module 0. And also an email is going out letting you know about the private podcast and how to get access to that. So if you haven't received it, if you're not sure how to do that and you're already a student, please message me, send me an email and let me know and I'll get you all set up. But for those of you that aren't students, I just want to let you know that is one of the benefits of being part of the Irresistible You program is that my students who signed up with me 5 years ago, 3 years ago, even a year ago, are getting access to this private podcast because they have lifetime access to the course. And so when I make enhancements or I add new content, they are automatically getting that and not having to pay again for that special access. So that is definitely a benefit of being in the program. Whew, I am so excited. I am so worked up. As you can probably tell, this has been a labor of love to get this out there, and I want you to be a part of it. So let's just take it back a second and talk about what the course is, what's included, and why the podcast matters. So I have done many, many episodes around not the private podcast, but around the course, what's included in the course. And so I'm not going to go as deep today in terms of what is in the course. I have lots and lots of episodes that talk about that. So what I would like for you to do, if you haven't done so, make sure you listen to episode 240, and it's called It's Time to Become Irresistible You. And that is the episode where I relaunched the course as a self-study, and I go into the different guiding principles and the framework and what's included. So in a nutshell, the private or the self-study course is where I teach you the Irresistible You framework, including the 5 guiding principles that are part of the framework. So in that, this is for people who want to look and feel irresistible, regardless of your size, regardless of the scale, regardless of where you are, or where you are in your weight loss journey, or even if you're not on a weight loss journey. This is made for women who are ready to end the body hate shame cycle and create the life they crave. That is what this course is all about. So I want you to think about this for a second. If you are someone who constantly says to yourself, when I lose weight, when I get to my goal weight, I will be happy. I will go after X, Y, and Z. I will start living my life. I will feel more confident. This course is for you because this is not a weight loss program. This is not a diet. This is a course that teaches you how to feel confident, how to feel good in your skin now, not the skin that you want to be in 50 pounds from now. That is what Irresistible You is all about. And I created this program based on my own journey with the yo yo diet, body hate, shame cycle, and realizing that traditional diets, traditional weight loss programs did not include a framework or a process or even a glimmer or a hint that this was something that's needed, that needs to happen. This is the part of the puzzle of how to lose the emotional weight so that you can feel good on your skin, because just because you lose the weight doesn't mean you're going to feel confident in your skin when you get to your goal. So this course is truly about how to gain the confidence to look and feel irresistible at any size or any weight. And in that course, I go through in detail the 5 guiding principles, which are: break the rules, make confidence queen, feed your soul, be in the moment, and get your glam on. And you will have access to all of that. So, in this podcast, I'm not going to talk so much about the framework and the principles and what they do, because I have that episode 240 that you can go back and reference. What I am going to do is I'm going to be a little bit more technical and talk about the logistics and what's included in the program itself. So, Irresistible You is an online course that you take at your own pace, at your own time, and there's no set time of you have to finish it by this date. This is the self-study course. So when you get access to it, you are given a link to the course portal, and you go into that portal and you have different modules with a ton of different lessons, right? Each one of those guiding principles that I shared with you has its own module within the course. And within those different modules, you've got videos. Videos on, for example, on Break the Rules. We talk about introduction to Break the Rules. What does it mean? How do I break the rules? How do I go from my current state? How do I go to from my current state to my desired state? And so each module is set up very, very similar in that way. And then we also include a module on how to implement and create an action plan for that principle. So this is not a bunch of fluff. This is not a bunch of just me talking at you. It is very, very actionable, because I didn't just throw this course together. I come into this with a lifetime, 20 years. Oh my God, you guys, it's been almost 20 years now, almost 20 years now of instructional design experience with creating training programs, creating content like that for corporations. So I got my start working in learning and development, creating corporate training courses. And when I started my blog back in 2010, I realized I would really like to blend my experience of doing the learning and development, creating courses, and blend it with my purpose and my passion, which is helping women create the life they crave. And so I've been able to blend the both of those. I'm so tongue tied, you guys, because I'm so excited. I can't stand it. I was able to blend both of those worlds together, and that is where the Irresistible You course was born. And over time, I am telling you, it has been through so many some like different iterations. When I first started versus where we are today is like insane to look at the content. We have had a group coaching component in the past, and most recently I brought back the self-study version for people that are busy and want to be able to do this at their own pace on the go. And as I was looking at that, I'm always trying to see, how can I make it better? What can I add? I thought, oh my gosh, it was one of those things that when it finally the light bulb went off, it was such an aha moment and such an obvious moment that I was like, why haven't I done this yet? And sometimes just getting the space, the mental real estate, the mental space to think about things is where invention is born. So it was a Saturday where, you know how you've been busy, you need to get the house clean, things just keep piling up. It was one of those days, and I told Frank, I was like, tomorrow, this was on a Friday night, I was like, tomorrow, please get the kids out of the house. I need to clean the house, and I don't want anyone here. I want to turn up my podcast really loud. I want to listen to what I want to listen to. I don't want people coming in the room and asking me for shit every 5 minutes because, quite frankly, when my family is home and I am cleaning the house, it feels like a game of whack-a-mole. I get one room set up, I finish the kitchen, I move on to the living room or one of the kids' rooms. I'm like, where did all this come from? People are pulling, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, y'all got to get out of the house and give me time. And one of the things I realized by doing that is how much, and I swear I'm going somewhere with this that has to do with the podcast, the private podcast. I realized how much time I am not by myself. Even when I'm home and I'm working in my office upstairs, someone is usually here. If the kids are at school, Frank is usually here because he works at night. So someone is always here. And there's something about being home alone because even if no one is bothering you and everybody's doing their own thing, it is a different vibe when you are by yourself. And I was cleaning the house, I was putting laundry away, listening to podcasts and all the things. And all of a sudden I went, oh my God. Oh my God, like, I need to make a private podcast. And that private and as I thought about it, I'm like, I need to take what's already in the course and turn it into a podcast. And it was this moment of like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be so awesome. People are gonna love this because you're listening to me right now. You're already used to listening to me in the podcast form. So if you are someone who listens to me and is constantly nodding your head and constantly saying, yes, girl, you get it. You are in my head. You understand me. Then you need to be part of the course. You need to be a part of the VIP private podcast because this allows you to do exactly what you're doing right now, but taking it a step further and diving deeper into the content and into the framework so that you can truly make transformation in your life and create the irresistible life that you deserve. So having that space allowed me to think differently for a second and get out of the day-to-day. I have a to-do list every day and I need to work on these things. And it was like, oh my gosh, we need to do this. So I immediately got on it and reached out to a couple people in my network and some people that have also even worked with me and said, "What do you think about this?" And they're like, You got to do it like that. That's just such a perfect fit." So that is what I did. So I took the course and I made it available as multiple episodes in its own private podcast. And I can just see such an opportunity to expand upon that and do so much more down the road to add new content, to add new episodes. And so right now it is a version of the course in private podcast. So when you sign up, you will be getting access to the course platform, to all the videos, to all the workbooks, because this course, if you want transformation, you got to do the work too. Like it's a big part of it. But now you don't have to sit and watch the video. You certainly can, and I hope that you do. I hope that you do all of it, but for those of you that are really good audio learners or really, really like the podcast medium, this is gonna be perfect for you, right? So when you sign up and enroll, you'll get access to everything that's already there today, the videos, the course portal, the workbooks and the worksheets, and all of that. In addition, you will also have access to the private podcast feed. So what that means is you cannot go into Apple Podcast or Castbox or Spotify or Amazon or any of those platforms right now and search for the private podcast. It is not searchable. You won't be able to find it. However, when you're in the course and you get access, you will be given a private link and you can add that link. So cool. You can add that link to your podcast app. So you go into your podcast app, you add the link, and boom, now you've got I think right now it's up to 36 episodes that covers the course from start to finish. So you will have access to all of those episodes. And you're able to then take those anywhere you go. Now, the course was always mobile and portable, meaning the course is responsive and available on your phone, on your tablet, or your computer. But there's something different about putting in your earbuds or putting on your headphones, turning on a podcast and multitasking and working on other things or driving or doing the dishes or going for a walk. There's nothing like it. And so when you get access to it, one of the things I tell everyone to do, because you know how podcasts naturally, when you subscribe, you're getting the latest episode, the newest episode. You don't want to do that. You want to go into your app, and every single app has this option to sort the episodes from oldest to newest because you want to start at 0. You want to start at module 0 and go from old to new because that's going to take you from the beginning to the end of the course. So when you sign up, you will immediately have access to that. And what I love about this is that, and something that I know as someone who has dedicated their life to learning and development and teaching adults how to do things, we can't hear something one time. We need to hear things multiple times. I even told my students for years, even when you go through the videos, watching and going through the course one time is not enough. I want you to think about a child and they're learning the alphabet. Your kid doesn't master the alphabet and then be like, boom, boom, being done. I'm never doing this again, right? It is embedded into everything they're going to do for the rest of their school life, right? It's going to be embedded into the alphabet turns into sight words turn into reading turns into very basic reading to very, you know what I'm saying, up to AP English when you're in high school. So there's levels to it. So what I love about the podcast is how easy it is to throw it on my phone, listen to the different episodes or the different lessons, go back and listen and hear things over and over and over again. And also, what I love, and another way that this can be used, it gives a lot of flexibility. But one of the reasons I love this so much is you could get into the private podcast, listen to the episodes, and then go back and do the videos at another time, whether that's the same day, whether that's the same week, maybe that's next month you get into the videos. You are in the driver's seat. You have full control, which is why I love self-study so much, is that you have now been given the tools and you can use them to fit your lifestyle to do what you want to do with those things. So this is just super exciting to have this as a component. And I know that because you love listening to this podcast, you're going to love the private podcast version of the course. Let's talk about how to get started. Easy to enroll. I want you to go to irresistibleicing.com/course. On that page, it is going to break down all the things about the course that you want to know. What's included. It's going to show you who the course is for. It's going to show you client testimonials as well, so that you can not just hear from me, but hear from students of mine that have gone through the program and what they think of it. You will be able to see that. You'll see the investment and you will be able to enroll right on that page. You click enroll. You head over, put in your information, and as soon as you submit your payment, you will have access. You're going to get an email that has a link that's going to get you into the program. And as soon as you get into the course, there is a lesson called Private Podcast. And in that lesson, it gives you the link that I talked about and it tells you how to add it to your podcast player. It's simple as that. It's so, so easy. This is just the next evolution as we evolve as people, just as we start to evolve, the program evolves too. And what I love, again, one of the benefits is that you'll have lifetime access. So if you sign up today and I add more episodes or I add a new lesson or I add a new module, you won't have to sign up for anything ever again. You will automatically have that in your course portal, which is really cool. So learning on the go, take us with you wherever you are. And I would encourage you to go ahead and get that enrollment done as soon as possible. Because right now, I am giving you a promo code to get half off the course, which is insane. Insane. And because this is an introduction, we've added something new. I thought it would be great to bring that back. I am telling you, it will not last this time. It is going away. So I encourage you to get in on that as soon as possible because that half off promo is not going to last. So make sure that you do that. You literally just have to type in half off on the checkout page, and it's going to slice the price right in half for you. Okay. All right. I'm not going to take up a ton of your time today, but I wanted to make this announcement. I wanted to let you know that this is available for you. And I would love to see you inside of the program because I know it works. I know it works. Living by these principles, incorporating this framework, it will transform your life if you allow it to. So let me know what questions you have. You can message me on Instagram at Irresistible Icing. Shoot me a DM with any questions that you might have. You can also email me. It's Amy, AIMEE, at irresistibleicing.com. And again, all of the links to enroll, all of that's going to be in the show notes. So again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Hopefully, I will see you inside of the Irresistible You course and now private podcast. Until next time, stay irresistible. Bye, guys.